All right, guys, what we're doing here is building a live streaming app that streams through Facebook, their RTMP servers through Facebook Live using their API. And sorry, I got distracted by my own stream. I need to mute it. And sorry, super distracted. So, building a live streaming app that streams through Facebook Live API and hooks into the Shopify API so people can connect their stores and then sell products through the live app. The live app uses Ionic v something greater than 2, the newest one, and Angular like 16, and um, and then the backend is Python, Django, Postgres. Yeah, so I already have quite a bit of the live app already done, but we gotta push this out. That's pretty. All right, we're using Ionic 3 right now. It's asking to upgrade to 4. I'm not gonna mess with it because I ran into quite a few problems upgrading this particular app just because we're doing live streaming and some of the libraries are experimental. We're using a library called Haitian Kit, this one, to do the live streaming. And yeah, so it handles, this is a iOS, yes, iOS Cordova plugin. Well, this is an iOS RTMP service that you can add to your iOS app, and it gives you the ability to take a video feed and send it off to an RTMP um, server. So something like the Facebook API is RTMP, and we basically have a view that has the camera on it and audio attached to it, and it takes both those inputs and sends them to Facebook Live. We add a bunch of features on top of it using JavaScript and some other things. We have a custom overlay that goes over the top of it. And so, yeah, it adds a lot of really cool things. Pretty complex. Definitely not an introductory thing. I don't know how much I'm going to be showing of this today just because this is the first time I've gone live onto this channel, and I'm just testing some of the settings. But yeah, so oh, of course it has to index. Why do you have to index? Come on. So dumb. So right now, basically what the app does is that it allows a person that sells products, like physical goods, like t-shirts, fashion stuff, whatever. A lot of people are starting to sell their products through Facebook Live, and so they'll get on a live video, kind of like QVC, and do kind of like a QVC type thing, except for they just use the Facebook Live app right now, and so we're building a integration with Shopify firstly, and then probably gonna add like BigCommerce integration, and then also maybe some other things. And so the idea is that basically when they're on the live stream, they can show their products that are already in their inventory, and it'll show information on the screen to the user. And it also has a chat bot that can take orders from customers via the comments. So there's some natural language processing. Um, and yeah, so it's pretty cool. Um, so what I'm doing right now is I am adding a Shopify integration via a custom provider and model. So we have this model here. Um, Again, this uses Ionic. So Ionic framework, and what Ionic is a platform, or a like a container for you to build a hybrid mobile app in. So basically, you can build a native like mobile app using JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and whatever. I mean, you basically take a website and put it into a mobile app. They have a bunch of UI components. Um, so a lot of it is like if you've ever used like Bootstrap or other UI component libraries for the web, you have access to all these things like button styling and all your basic things, all the way up to like more advanced things like um, they have they've made why their website is so broken all the time. It's so annoying. So like for instance, their UI library has made um, all of the like different types of styling and of the different types of components. So like for a select, you'll know that on the web when you do a drop down, it just has a normal drop down down here. But like on iOS, it can have this pop up, or it might have the dish down at the bottom, the drawer or whatever they call it. Like Android does it differently too. Like here's Android type styling, and then Windows. So you can actually have access to all this different styling of each type of UI component, and then of course there's a ton of like open source plugins and stuff like that, and stuff like that. So this is akin to React Native. It just uses Angular, which is where I got my roots. Angular 1, a whole like 3 years ago when there wasn't like 17 versions of Angular. And so yeah. we're just gonna do some growth hacking here for a second. I'm about to post on Twitter. Building a live streaming hybrid mobile app that integrates with Shopify. TV. Sorry guys, I'm sending out a tweet right now. Just to see. This is literally the first time I've gone live on YouTube to talk about coding. I've been interested in doing this for a while, just because I sit here at this desk every day and work on a ton of sweet things, coding things, business things, marketing things, and so I've always wanted to kind of give back. Anyways, just sent a tweet. We don't even have a display picture. Lols. All right, so anyways, we're using Ionic framework. Really sweet. Allows you to build hybrid apps super fast. This is the second app that I've built with Ionic. It's the first one with Ionic 3 in it and 4. So if you're interested in hybrid mobile apps, Ionic's not going to let you down. It stays out of your way. They have a great community. So anyways, I'm building a Shopify provider. So basically it's a sort of library for this app to interact with Shopify. The problem is that we have this app has the ability to use multiple different like inventory systems or storefronts. So we might have users that have a Shopify store with their inventory. We might have users that have a Square inventory setup, or like BigCommerce, or like and different storefront services. And so we need to build a system that can handle those, and they're all just kind of like abstracted and out, and the system doesn't really care about which one you're using. So the user would be able to connect those different stores to this app, and it would work the same no matter what. So things that we're going to do with this are to be able to grab inventory from the store during the live stream and show it to the customer on the overlay. And then when a customer types a comment into the video, we have some NLP to watch the comments and figure out if the customer's intent is to buy the product, and it will kick off an order in their system. So basically, for Shopify, it'll create an order with the items that the customer wants, and that will be the most basic implementation of this. So yeah, we have a so I just started this yesterday. Was kind of tinkering around with it, trying to get the hang of interacting with Shopify. I have a store set up. So with Shopify, if you didn't know, with Shopify, you can actually become a partner by just building out or filling out one of their partner forms. And what that does is it allows you to basically be able to build stores for clients and work with their API for free. So I got a ton of um, uh, different stores that I've been tinkering with. I mean, since 2014, I've been messing with Shopify. So we have a store set up, and we are working on adding our app. So to integrate with Shopify, you need to have a app set up. Sorry, looking at full analytics. Good, 720, only 720p. I'm trying to set up that 1080. Oh, it says 1080 here. YouTube, go home, you're drunk. Clearly says 720. But when I go to the quality, it says 1080. Also, I'm on a 5K monitor on an iMac, so I think it's having trouble with probably the pixel density of that screen is just real rough to stream. So I'm gonna have to mess with the settings here in the future. I want to, dude, I got ADD so bad, so I apologize already for how sometimes spaced I am. Anyways, so we have a development store. This is really crucial when you're creating your first app for Shopify because you need a store to test your app from. Then you need to create a new app. And so I have 3 here. Shop Live is the most recent one. Basically, you click create app and then it will give you your keys and stuff. Probably shouldn't show that actually. Kind of just. So, basically what we need to do right now is get access to this store, which requires us to follow their guide. No matter what API, public API it is, it's always like trying to get your first initial request to go through always takes forever in general, because they all have kind of different ways to handle authentication. So I was following a guide somewhere. Develop store. Okay, this is for authentication, public apps. I don't really want to do an we want the REST API, and then I think it was under tutorials. We're building an application, and there's something about ngrok. So when you try and add, so the problem I'm having right now is when you try and add So I'm here looking at the app. When I try and add it to one of my websites, my stores, install on store, it'll redirect and then get a 503 because I do have a server running at that point, but Ah, I don't remember my password for this store. It was like years ago. I'm just gonna cheat and log in this way. All right, so now I'm logged in. We need to design a flow that allows the user to connect the store and give us access via the API. So, for example, the problem I'm having right here is although I it says I can install it, it will try and redirect to, yeah, see, here we go. So it tried to go to the URL that I provided for the app because you have to provide a URL, but we don't have anything set up there to handle the exchange of the access token for a code, and then we need to exchange that for a permanent access token, just like all the other OAuth services. So yeah, we gotta do that. So anyways, that's where we're at. I'm following this guy, not this one, this one, this one. Exposing your application to the internet. Download ng-rock. I don't know how to explain that. This is a thing that allows you to basically redirect. So when we tried to log in with the app, it tried to redirect to live.shoplist.me, which is right here. And so this doesn't have anything sitting there, and to develop a thing and then deploy it to live.shoplist.me and then run in inevitably to errors immediately and then develop it again is just a mess. So it's way more ideal for us to have a temporary way to enter in something other than localhost, because it won't let you do that here, and have it redirect back to my server running on this computer as I'm testing, and which allows me to make changes quickly and test and keep refreshing. Do the refresh test, as I like to call it. I just made that up. All right, so we want to download this. Yes. Unzip. Gotta sign up. Ryan. Your name. Your email. Dude, this freaking desk. So annoying. Confirm email. Make a password. I am not a robot. Oh, I could just sign up with GitHub. Derp a derp. Inconceivable. That's funny. Okay, so I signed up with GitHub. No. Connect your. Well, all right. So what we're gonna do is we're going to move And I am not by any means a terminal aficionado, so you're just gonna have to bear with me because I'm not like a very big good wizard at this thing. Grok. Okay, so this is the URL. Wait, that's not what I want. I want full. Coming back to here. Come back to here. 4567. Yeah. I'm gonna do 8001. This is where I'm just trying to figure out what port I want to forward to. So you'll see that it gives me a temporary subdomain on their URL, on their domain, and it redirects to localhost 8001. So now I can take this. It only works as long as you're running, and as soon as you turn it off, it will not work. Okay. And then this will create tons of moves. Each time you get the API, configure. I'm skipping over. They have like a sample app. I already have a Django app set up and running. So sorry, this isn't the most helpful thing. You need to configure applications URLs. For the app URL type, gift basket, so it's so just setting up my redirects. So it looks like for whitelisted redirection URLs, type auth. Okay. So we're making a installation URL. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna cut it here actually, because I'm gonna work on this in the background and then make this, because it's not really teaching you that much. and we'll come back later with some more. This first stream was just more of a test to make sure settings and everything were good, and from here we'll do some things. I'll come back maybe later, and we'll talk about things I'm interested in talking about are like super introductory things, like getting your first web app set up. It's not the most introductory thing because it would assume like basic JavaScript stuff. I'm not going to sit here and teach you JavaScript and HTML and CSS and how that all works, but um, things like getting your first web app set up, deploying that web app to a server, and then hooking up a URL domain to it, and then like hooking up a database, more advanced topics like how to cache stuff, maybe setting up setting up a search engine so you can have super fast search, take some load off your DB, things like that. I love talking about like UI, UX, building that stuff. That's a ton of fun for me. So we could talk about some of that. I do backend stuff too. So yeah, we're gonna mix it up quite a bit. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon.